All right, what's good, everybody? Episode 25, Relatively Speaking Pod, back in your life. Thanks for tuning in.
Hello.
25 episodes, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking, I had a thought when we got to 26, maybe we do some sort of giveaway or something. Like try and get Brent to give us a hat from Tapacho, and we need a new beer sponsor, but that's a whole nother thing.
Well, speaking of American, they are now they're selling beers at Goat Hill Tavern in
So
Costa
crazy,
Mesa,
dude.
which is pretty gnarly. I just saw them post that. I don't know how that connection came.
Was
but
Goat Hill a place you went often when you lived down there?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was right across the street from my house.
We would go there after Angels games
Yeah,
when I was in my single year.
yeah.
Mike Trout would go there almost every single, after every game, he would go in, all the Angels players would go.
Dang.
So we would go in there and
Dude,
hang
he
out.
lives in Allen's neighborhood.
really?
Yeah, you drive past his house on the way to Allen's house.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. But yeah, that's a cool little local dive bar, and well, not local now, was local in Costa Mesa. American serving it up there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, dude, last episode we kind of just did a recap because we had been away from each other for 2 weeks and did all the things in Orange County and Laughlin, and so it was kind of like a little bit of a monologue. I'm excited to get back into
Conversation.
today's normal routine of getting a little back and forth and going over
Why does this feel so awkward today?
some different topics and whatnot
Yeah.
as I get another
Amber
scam
alert.
likely.
Bro, I feel like the scammers have a leg up. I don't answer my phone ever now.
It's insane, dude.
It's because it's always, either
they
this
put the
area
right
code,
area code now.
this area code, or it's the area code for your phone, for your, whatever your,
949.
yeah. But now it's
714
530 and
or, yeah. It's so annoying. I'm like, dude, especially in our line of work, I get calls that are that I might not have the number. So
But
I'll
if-
always be answering, and then I'm just like, you bastard.
I don't think I've ever, does your voicemail, do you have a recorded message of yourself saying, hi, this is Hudson, please leave a message?
Yeah.
Okay, mine's not that. Mine is just the automated
Yeah.
949. It cannot come to the phone. So I feel like people maybe don't leave messages because of that. So I'll get a missed call without a message, and I don't know who it was because I don't ever call them back.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe I need to change that, but I also don't really want to because I really want to change my phone
Now
number.
that you say that, I don't know that I do. I definitely have had that in the past. Maybe I
Well, because a lot of people will
Hopefully
be
I do.
like, hi, this is Jeremy Holstrom with LPL Financial.
Yeah, I've
Your
never wanted to do
financial
that.
advisor with da-da-da. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I've never been into that. Funny enough, my buddy Kyle's said he's like the most, I would never think he would do that, but it's like, you've reached Kyle with Bullock Russell Real Estate. I'm just like, I would never think he would do that. Lame. Yeah. But
That's
no,
funny.
I've never, I think it just said Hudson.
Yeah.
The best is when you get not the best, when I'm calling some people and you hear the voicemails that are just one, people do it where they fake answering, which is the most annoying thing you could ever do.
That's
It's
so-
hey man, you're 50.
Yeah.
What are you doing giving me
that's
the
bad.
hi? Hello? Can't hear you. Sorry, you've reached Jeremy. It's just but then there's some that also are
Hey, dude, I'm kicking your ass.
there's some, I can't think of them right now, but just don't make sense. They clearly didn't think it out properly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, you've reached Jeremy. Sorry, I couldn't get to the phone. Call me back and they say their number. It's yeah, I know your number. I just called you on it. It's you clearly didn't think this one out.
My favorite is I have lots of older clients. Well, not lots, but older clients. Some of them I have. I'm Yoda now. But you'll call and leave him a message. And one of the guys, he was when he got his phone, they set it up for him in the AT&T store. So he's recording his voicemail inbox message thing. And so you can hear it at the beginning. He's like, do I start talking now? And then it's like, hi, this is so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And then he like gets to the end of it. He's like, how do I effing stop this?
You hear somebody in the background like, hey, can I get that new Apple Watch?
Yeah, it's
like
so
conversations happening.
But just how, that's got to be so tough being, and I feel like most of those people are dying now that didn't like.
Yeah, that's called just not giving an F.
Well,
like,
no, but I mean like the people that literally were born
how do I turn this thing off?
1930, you'd be almost 100,
Yeah.
right? You'd be like 95.
Yeah.
So those people that haven't had any exposure to technology, that still have a rotary phone,
Wow. Yeah.
but most people now, like your parents have had a lot of life with a cell phone and with computers. So there's some computer literacy, but that generation of people that are like trying to use a fax machine still.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Can I get a Xerox? The hell's a Xerox?
Yeah.
You mean a copy?
Yeah. A Xerox.
Bro, speaking of technology, I had an incident with my breakfast this morning.
With technology?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I'm going to explain. So I initially wasn't going to eat breakfast because I ate an entire pint of ice cream last night and haven't had one of those in a long time and don't think I'm ever going to do it again because
you got to break it down. I need details.
yeah, I had what's McConnell's double peanut butter cup.
Ooh.
Which is vanilla ice cream.
Thing put you back about $27.
It was actually only $7. It was on sale, which is the reason I got it. Because it's normally
that's the one you like though, right?
Yeah, it's normally like
$9.
$9. It was on sale. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Banana bread at work.
I love that,
dude. Finn and River are starting to do that to me now. It's so funny.
You showed it to them?
Yeah.
Banana
It's
bread
like, sometimes
at work.
if you wait for things, bro, good things will happen. And today, anyway, but
Banana bread at work. Check it out.
Check
If
it out.
you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, for real. So, what was I talking about? McConnell's ice cream. We were tiptoeing around wanting to have ice cream for the last couple of nights. Sarah was like, oh, maybe we could have. And it was just like when we went to your house for dinner, which that was unbelievable, by the way. Shabu shabu. That was, wow. You really wined and dined your guy over here.
Swish, swish.
Yeah. Damn. Thought I was going to have to put out after that.
Yeah, you should have.
I tried, but I had to leave. Anyway, we're like, oh, maybe we'll get ice cream on the way home. But then we didn't because it was so late. We're like, whatever, we'll just go home. But then, so we tiptoeing around the idea of getting ice cream because we haven't had ice cream a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Probably a year or more.
Don't tell me that.
I'm not kidding.
You are the world's biggest exaggerator.
I swear.
I'm starting to think that
To
you
our
waited
Lord and
at
Savior.
Buddha's favorite for 5 minutes for your sushi.
Ask Sarah the last time we had ice cream.
You do not tell me it's been over
I'm telling
a year.
you it has been.
I'm trying to think of a time that we've had it together
Go
in
ahead
the
and think
last
of
year.
it. You're not going to be able to come up with one because it's been that long.
Over a year? That's insane.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because I have no self-control.
What do you mean? Now that you did it, you're just going to continue to do it?
No, now
every
that
day?
I've done it, I'm remembering why I stopped doing it because I would get these pints of peanut butter, double peanut butter chip ice cream and just go to absolute ham town on this thing.
Yeah, dude, it's a personal pint. It's all good.
It is. But so we go get the ice cream, put the kids to bed.
Where'd you go? Where do you get it?
Just from Rayleigh's.
Okay.
I just got it on my way home from the gym, which pretty sure Marin's not going to let me come back now. So it's fine.
Yeah, he's disappointed in you.
Yeah, whatever.
On your way home from the gym. That's so classic.
Yeah, it's the best. So anyway, I ate it, instantly regretted it. And then all night long, I was just tossing and turning, just feeling so sick.
Really?
Woke up this morning with just in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Not good.
Oh.
So anyway, all that to say, I don't think
Which one did Sarah get?
the chocolate peanut butter Hoggy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
Anyway, no.
Okay, so we were starting though.
Yeah.
You weren't going to
I wasn't going to have breakfast because I was
you were
like,
going to
oh,
punish yourself.
No. I just didn't feel. I felt gross.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I don't feel good. I don't know. I whatever. So then I'm getting ready to leave and thinking about the rest of the day. And I was like, if I don't eat now, I'm not going to eat until dinner time. I was like, can't do that to myself. So I make my breakfast, hamburger patty, cook it. And I'm like rushing because I have to leave to get to a thing at 10. And so I flipped the burger. I knew I flipped it too early. And I was like, whatever, it'll be fine. Put cheese on top of it. Put the little cheese melter thing to cover it, to melt it. Throw the eggs in. Turn it off because I always turn it off so the eggs don't stick. The hamburger patty stops cooking. So I take the patty out, put it on the plate, and it just starts like oozing the juice. And I was like, well, that's definitely not cooked all the way. But I was like, it's fine. Like, as long as it's warm, like, I'll eat it. Like, it can be red.
As long as it's warm.
Yeah.
You bit into it and it was frozen still.
No. So I
Bit
take
into
the
it,
eggs out.
You had a meat popsicle.
I take the eggs out, put the eggs on my plate, do the whole thing, sit down at the counter to just scarf it down real quick, take my first bite of just the edge. Like, oh, we're good. Like, it was pink, but it was fine.
Yeah.
But then I cut into the middle of it and it's still cold.
Disgusting.
Damn it, I don't have time for this. Because everything was out. It was already sauced already. The eggs were on top. I broke the yolk, the whole thing. So there was no like putting the patty back in the cast iron.
There was.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't. Because the cheese had all melted. There was yolk all over the place. It was a disaster. So I was like, I'm going to put it in the microwave.
Okay.
With the egg and there's a little bit of rice on the plate. And so I was like, whatever. Put it in the microwave for like a minute and a half. As I take it out of the microwave, it just is like steaming because a
minute and a half is a long time.
It didn't get crusty. Like if you put something in the microwave for too long, it just turns into, a dry sponge.
Yeah.
But I took it out and it's steaming and I was like, all right, cool. So I'd go to eat it. And the minute I take the first bite, I legitimately felt like I was eating a battery. I could just taste the radioactive material that the microwave emitted into my food. It tasted like what I imagine electricity would taste like. It was so weird.
That's horrible.
It was bad, dude. And then everything was just like artificially warm. And I know you guys don't have a microwave.
Yeah, because we're better than you. But
yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Thing.
But I don't really ever use a microwave, and I really don't want to have one in our house. And I'm waiting for this one to die so that we can just get rid of it. But anyway,
that's gnarly.
Microwaved meat tastes like, I feel like the flesh just absorbs the.
Yeah, you bit into it and you freaking shocked your teeth.
Bro, it was so insane. I felt like I could taste the microwave.
That's weird.
It was so weird and so disgusting. And I was like, I want to just throw this in the trash, but can't do that. Gotta eat it.
Can't do that.
So I ate it.
Can't do.
And microwave meat. It does not satisfy.
Not it.
No.
Not it.
No.
Dude, how come every time we're shooting a podcast, there's a robbery?
I think.
Hey, man. What the fuck?
That was a wonderful breakfast experience. One for the ages.
Yeah.
But shout out. I meant to bring the box for this coffee we've been drinking because that saved the day.
Yeah, dude, I was about to say that. My mom found us a little replacement for our Busy, which I haven't found it at our Costco, right? What? They don't have it at our Costco,
no,
do they?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Sarah said that you can put in a request to have items like brought to your Costco.
Oh, sick.
And so we should probably do that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I actually have
Wandering Bear.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, Wandering Bear organic cold brew.
Yes, organic cold.
Fantastic.
Comes
That's
in like
what's in here.
Comes in
I'm
like
on my second and a half cup today.
Nice. Comes in like a milk carton.
Yeah.
3-pack like box. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I really like it.
Yeah. Remember how we were saying it's really strong?
Yeah.
It says on the thing that it has 2.5 shots of espresso per serving is what it is. Like as far as like caffeine.
Oh, dang.
Equal to 2.5 shots of espresso.
That makes sense. Well, nothing beats the Black Rifle energy drink that we had last week. That was
honestly,
gnarly,
bro,
dude.
I don't know how people drink those things every day. I don't feel like
That was gnarly.
I obviously don't. I drink coffee, but I don't have anything else that's like a stimulant on that
Yeah.
from that perspective. Everything else is like a downer. Like
Yeah.
beer is just a downer, or not a. It's a whatever it is.
A depressant.
Antidepressant. But I felt you had texted me like, dude, I have to go back to the gym because I feel just absolutely juiced, and I crashed so hard though.
Really?
When I was editing the podcast, I'm just sitting there like, why am I so tired? I haven't even done anything today, and I'm just like,
Dude, that was gnarly.
lethargic.
Yeah. I don't drink. The only time I ever drink energy drinks, I started like a little routine driving up here.
Yeah, but those are like the Celsius, or not the crazy ones. Like this one was gnarly. This was like,
well, I've never,
this
back
was,
in the day, when your buddies would go to the liquor store or gas station and grab a Monster or something, and I would do that once a year type thing, like that was like a popular thing. One of my buddies actually, like Ryan Louie, like fully passed out at school from being dehydrated and like drinking Monster. Like he fell in the bushes and like he like had to go to the hospital, and we like thought he was gonna, like, the doctor like told him like he needs to like chill out or he's gonna have a heart attack, because he would like drink like multiple of them a day and like not drink water and just yeah. So those things are insane. But I saw that they came out with it. I was like, oh, give it a try, like whatever. It wasn't, I didn't mind the flavor. It's just
flavor was fine.
It's just too much. I don't know how to describe the feeling I get from it, but I feel it like in the back of my head, dude. I feel it like I'm freaking Venom. You know Venom, when he like crawls up the back of Tom Hardy's head and like takes over his body? That's like what's happening to me. It's like from my shoulders to my neck, I just feel this creature coming out of me.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is fucking fight.
fucking fight or fuck and fight.
And
nice. Perfect.
Please edit that out, because my mother-in-law is going to hear that and know what goes on through my head.
I will bleep.
No, dude.
I will bleep. I will not edit out. Trying to find our space.
That's
here.
about as, yeah.
No, I don't know what, I just didn't feel. I didn't feel good. I felt just, I don't know what a heart palpitation is, but I felt like I was having them.
Yeah, not good. So we'll stick to the handy dandy cold brew.
Yeah.
We just finished Finn's football season, his flag football season, and River. Both of them just ended this last weekend, and Finn's team went undefeated while he was playing.
So Finn went undefeated.
Yes, Finn went undefeated. They lost the one game that he was in Costa Mesa. Team couldn't have his back and pull out the W. So they lost that one game. They came back this last weekend and won, which was cool. He super enjoyed it. River.
I don't think his team won a game. I think his team lost the whole.
They went defeated.
Yeah.
No, I think they won. I don't know. They tied one, I remember. It's just tough at that age. They can't really like catch and throw. And it's harder in flag to like run the ball. It's not really like when you're playing like tackle football at a young age, you pretty much like run. And if you have like a stud running back that like can't get tackled, you like win. That's how you like win. And in flag, it's just not really like set up for that. So it's basically them going out there and just running around, playing tag, having fun, which is fine. And River he's so cute because he's very knowledgeable about football already. Like he asks the right questions, knows about certain things. Like he's picked up, and honestly, it probably has come from like playing Madden and stuff.
100% it has.
But he understands it, which is cool.
Yeah.
And Finn, they're all loving it. It's so crazy. I sent you that video. So Finn has a phone, but can't get like he doesn't have like access to like YouTube or anything, right?
No.
So I sent you that YouTube video of the schedule release. So yeah, for somebody that doesn't really like follow sports, it's pretty crazy to think about. Like the NFL is just so big
Yeah.
and popular, and everything that they do just gets so many eyeballs on it that they literally have a day that they release the schedule for each team, and it's like such a big deal. It goes viral, all this stuff. We already know who they're playing. You already have known for months what teams are on the Chargers schedule. So we know they're playing this team, they're playing that. We just don't know the order, the time,
okay.
if it's a
Okay.
Monday night game, if it's a Sunday night game. And so they release it, and they kind of like throughout the week, like release individual games and stuff, like, oh, this Christmas Day game. So like you already are starting to know like each team, maybe you know like 3 or 4 of their games already. And then the teams all release it at like 5 o'clock on this particular day. And they do like schedule release videos. That's like become like a big thing. And like the Chargers, not even being a homer, they're like widely regarded as like the best social media team in the NFL. They're just like super on top of it and great. And the memes that they come up with and everything. So they did their schedule release video was a Minecraft release. And so it like everything was in like that world, you know.
Dang.
And it was like they showed each team that they're playing, and it's just like pretty much like roasting the team. And there's like a million like Easter eggs and stuff to like find throughout.
Whoa.
And like it's super cool. So like they got really big 2 years ago or 3 years ago. They did an anime one, and that was like people thought it was like insane. So then they went back to back
Just to
with anime.
release their schedule.
Just to release their schedule.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you can't even think of that for like baseball or basketball. It's not a thing at all.
No.
Hockey, like that's not, but for the NFL, it's like major. So
Oh.
they did back-to-back anime years. Then last year they did Sims, and then this year they did Minecraft. And it's like little stuff. Like they showed like the AFC West, which is the Chiefs, the Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders. That's like their division. And it's like, welcome to the AFC West, like estates. And it's like the 3 mansions. And then the Raiders have like a little shack. And like, just like stuff like that. Like they're playing the Colts this year. And last year their quarterback like tapped out of the game. Like he was too tired, which literally has like never happened in the
What?
history of football. Like
He tapped himself out of the game.
yeah, he like came out of the game, which like, especially for a quarterback, like literally I've never seen a quarterback do that. So they like showed that they were like playing him, and it's like the mind. So it's like the characters and like his like energy or whatever was on like empty. Like his like gas tank was at empty and stuff. So they're just like all little like digs and stuff for each team, which it was really cool. And so Finn was like finding all the different stuff, and River was like looking at it, and they're just like roasting.
Dang. Yeah.
To certain teams, and you could watch it again and like find like different stuff that you didn't see the first time. So that was super cool. So yeah, now we know the Chargers, they open up the season playing the Chiefs, which is crazy.
Aren't they playing in like
In
Dubai
Brazil.
or Brazil? In Dubai.
Friday night game, standalone game in Brazil. First time ever for the NFL. It's being streamed on YouTube.
Ooh. That's got to be scary for you if it doesn't
Free.
work.
Well, it'll
The
be
stream
on,
gets messed up or
that's
something.
exactly what I said to Finn.
Oh, really?
So it'll be on YouTube TV also, which is what I have, or YouTube. But yeah, I was like telling him
Dang.
that could be gnarly.
What
if it
time
doesn't-
is the game at?
I think it's a 5 o'clock start.
What time is that in Brazil?
I have no idea. So
Jamie?
actually, I think they said Brazil's a 3-hour difference, so maybe it's 8 o'clock there.
Really?
Yeah, it's like not as much as you would think. It's very like it's like 12 hours.
I guess that
to
makes
get there.
sense because if you
Yeah,
think of, yeah,
it's kind of like a East Coast trip. I think I remember them saying.
that's
But,
not too bad.
obviously way farther travel, but that's crazy. So they play on Friday. I would prefer that they did it to start the year because it's really far to get there and stuff. So, it's
But
not
that's like
they're
that's
finishing-
like that game counts. Like it's not
Yeah.
just like what's it called? Exhibition?
yeah, it's a real
It's actual
game.
real game.
First game of the season. It'll probably break like every record for most views on a game because it's on YouTube.
So it's not the first game for the chart. It's the first
Well-
NFL. It's the first football game of the 2025 season.
It's the second game.
Okay.
Actually, it's the
It's
Chargers'
their
first
season.
game.
Okay.
But they do every year. They do Thursday night starts it off with the defending Super Bowl champs. So then they can like do their banner and like stuff like that. So the Eagles open the season. I can't remember who they're playing. They're the first game of the season
Gotcha.
on Thursday. Then this year, they did it last year too. So this is the second year now. There's a Friday game. And that'll be the Chargers. So it's a standalone game. And then the rest of the games that week, first week, will be on Sunday, you know. So yeah, they start with that, which that'll be super sick.
Yeah, dude. Dang.
Super cool. So Friday night, standalone game on YouTube.
In Brazil.
Versus the Chiefs. Great way to start.
Did what's his face retire?
Kelsey?
Yeah.
No, he's coming back for one more year.
Oh, because I thought he. Yeah.
There was talks of it.
Yeah.
There was talks of him retiring. But no,
He just
didn't.
realized he didn't want to spend that much time with Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Makes sense.
If he was smart, he would lock that thing up.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I guess they would have like a prenup and everything anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But at least he would have access to all of her shit. Probably already does.
I don't. I mean, he has his own money. I mean, it's obviously not Taylor Swift money, but at that point, like, what do you need money for?
Well, like flying private and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
that would be like the biggest benefit. I've heard a lot of people say that on like podcasts and stuff. Like, what would be like the one thing you would change in your life if like you became like a billionaire? Like
flying private would not even be on my list.
Famous people though already, like Callan or somebody.
Just
that's
because
like
they don't want to be on
rich.
a plane with public people, with
just
with
how
other people.
easy it is. Like somebody like I've heard Callan say that. I've heard somebody else say it, but like somebody that travels, like think about like constantly being in an airport, and they're like, if they had a private jet and we're just able to like get in and get out, would be way cooler. And I've also heard private jets like can go like they go up like above like where normal airplanes fly. So
I've actually been on a private jet twice
and go like fast. You can get places faster.
I do remember that when my dad did. There's a door and window company called Anderson Door and Window.
Yeah,
Andreessen maybe it is. I don't know.
No, I think it's Anderson. I'm pretty sure I looked at them for windows for our house.
So they're one of the biggest door and window makers in the world, and the president of their company lives in Oregon, and he hired my dad to do all the doors and windows in his house in Oregon. So when he was up there doing it, he was up there like on and off for like 2 months, like doing the doors and windows in this guy's house, which ironically, I don't think he put his company's doors and windows in his house, which is ironic.
Well, that tells you something.
They're all like custom. I just remember it being such an ordeal. But anyway, so my dad was up there for a couple months. So he had the guy offered to fly my brother and I up in his private jet.
Dang.
So we flew out of Long Beach in this guy's private jet to Oregon from Long Beach.
That's crazy.
It was wild.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's super gnarly. I was just going back to the prenup thing. I just saw this. It was just a clip. I don't even think it was a video. I think I read it, but it said, did you know Dave Portnoy was like married, like back, like a
Did
long
not
time
know
ago?
that.
He was married and it said his ex-wife still has access to like all his bank accounts. He's just like allowed her to have it. He said that she was like there with him when he couldn't like afford a hamburger. So he's like, I'm just like, I've like agreed to just like take care of her. I'm like, dang, he hasn't been married for like a really long time. And obviously he's made
That's another
ton
level
money
of trust,
now.
dude, because she could just clean him out.
Yeah.
He probably has like a separate account
yeah, probably,
that he
but
keeps money in.
It said that she has access to like all his accounts and her own like cards.
Does he
that
have any
she-
kids?
No. No kids.
It's a shame.
And he's worth like, over 100 mil, which is so gnarly.
Same, dude.
That level of money is just so insane. How about I sent you a video of his recently? He just went to this new pizza spot in Manhattan. It's like 18 months old or something. And he gave it his highest score. He said it's up there with the best pizza he's ever had in the world. Like he would put it up. He's always said
You sent it where?
on WeFam.
Oh, I didn't
He's
see it.
always said John's and Bleecker is like his number one. And I think he technically, I think he gave it a 9.2, and he's given some like a 9.4 or something. But he was like, dude, I don't even know what like a 9 is anymore. I haven't had a 9 in so long. Like this is incredible. Like this is up. This is the best pizza I've ever had. It can go toe to toe with any pizza I've ever had. Like, and they're like, I'm pretty sure they've only been open like months or like a year or something.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So it looked so good. They did a tomato pie and then like just a normal cheese. They had him try the tomato first and he's like, they really messed up. Like, this is like incredible. I'm not scoring this one though. Like they told me
have to score
like,
the
I'm
cheese.
scoring the cheese.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't have given me this one because there's no way the cheese is going to be as good as this. And it like was. So both of them.
That's so funny because I remember when we went to New York, the 2 times we went, the first time we went to, I don't remember, we went right after River was born for something. I don't know what, but we stayed with Sarah's friend Patricia and she lived in Harlem.
Yeah.
And right downstairs from her apartment was a place called Patsy's.
Yeah.
Which is a super old school, like pizzeria, whatever, like walk up window. And I remember walking in there to get a pizza. And I was like, yeah, can I get and I asked for a size. I was like, can I get a large pizza? Like a large pepperoni pizza? And the guy looked at me like I had fucking 3 heads.
There's just one size. Like,
There's like, first of all, there's one size.
Yeah.
And you don't order pizza that way.
yeah.
There's like a special, it's like if you like, the guy's like, you want pepperoni on your pizza? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's gonna, and then he like was just giving me shit because
Yeah.
you just get cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing to get,
Dang.
you know.
That's crazy.
But that pizza was real good.
Yeah, there was another one that you went to. That we watched that he had gone to. It was like a famous one. I think it was
it's
in Brooklyn.
the Bleecker Street one.
John's and Bleecker.
I think so.
No,
Because we went to, I know we did 2 pizza places and one of them was super, probably Sabaro or something. Sabaro, whatever that one is.
Yeah.
Savario.
Michael Scott's favorite pizza. That's so. Oh, my
Pizza
best
Hut.
slice in New York.
Oh my God.
So good.
My mouth is watering.
So what else? We got any other?
We talked about microwave meat. We talked about, Rodeo Church.
Yeah, true. We didn't discuss
That was cool.
That was super sick.
Yeah, that guy, Todd Pierce from Riding High Ministries is he's just a different breed of human.
Yeah. So here in Reading we have rodeos. Mm-hmm. There's rodeos that take place here, and where's the other one? The kind of bigger one. Red Bluff is the bigger one, right?
Yeah. And people say that's the better one. I don't know why, but they say it's just different. But it's pretty cool that Reading has like rodeo grounds and.
Yeah, which I didn't even know that place was there. That was really cool. Super sick. So we went, and this was the first annual rodeo church. So it's this guy, what's his name again? Todd Pierce?
Todd Pierce. I don't know if he's part of it or he was just there like this year. He was the guy that was but I don't know if that's going to be like a regular thing.
Yeah.
But
so it was put on that this guy gave a message while breaking a horse.
Yeah.
You know, a horse that had never been ridden, never had a saddle on it. They kept calling it.
It was a lady horse.
And so, he
Female.
started by just walking around with it and talking, and it was really cool. And then when he put the saddle on, she started bucking, going pretty nuts. And then he started by kind of like laying on her so we could like hop off real quickly. And then, it was about an hour. And by the time
I was surprised. I was expecting him
to be a little gnarlier.
Well, no, I don't know anything about horse training or anything. I just had expected once he got the saddle on her that he was going to like take the horse out into the arena and do a victory lap.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And I'm sure there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah.
Because everyone would have cheered and the horse would have freaked out and
Killed
threw
him.
him off and he would have turned into Christopher Reeves or something. But,
Damn.
but
Too soon, bro.
not too soon. Bro's been dead a long time. Anyway, that was super cool. This is the second time I've seen this dude. And the first time he did a video presentation at Twin View. This was a couple years ago. And I remember just watching it.
It was a video.
Yeah, it was a video of his ministry and like then he came up and spoke and.
Oh, he did. I thought I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I thought you saw him in
Yeah,
person.
but he did like because he's one of the like he's technically for Bethel. He's like one of the mission. They're one of like the missionary organizations that Bethel supports,
Oh, okay.
which is pretty cool. But anyway, I just remember watching it and just crying.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it was super impactful.
Where
and
did
then
he said he's from Idaho?
Idaho,
Idaho, and then he came. Do you know why he came here? Was it because of Bethel or
yeah.
or
It was
because of the
because of
rodeo?
Bethel.
Or?
No, it was because of Bethel. He came. I think he said he came because they were in like a tough season with their kids and their marriage, or some combination of
Yeah.
some
And he was here
combination
for
of
like
things.
2 years.
He was here for 2 years, and
And now are they back there?
they're back in Idaho, but they travel all over the place doing like this is what he does, like horse breaking demonstrations, and
Dang.
has his little, uses it as a ministry tool, and yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Matt Yunker lives in Idaho. You should look him up.
Yeah.
If he's doing stuff like that, it was great. The kids loved
Oh,
it.
it was super cool.
Charlie was so locked in the whole time and just like so excited. He was like all nervous before we went because we had said like he had heard something about breaking the horse, and he just kept being like, "He's gonna break the horse." Like, why is he gonna break the horse? And we're like, no, not like hurt it. Like,
Yeah.
And so we were explaining that. So he was all locked in and stoked. Kid absolutely loves animals.
So cute.
He was wishing he was riding a cow, though. Cows are his favorite. And how about he goes to this little farm school and they have a dairy cow named Daisy or Dandy or something, and then a meat cow named Brisket. And the
Foreshadowing.
meat cow is about to be killed right now, like this week.
Turned into
And
Brisket.
so Sunday's telling him, "You're never going to see Brisket again. He's about to get slaughtered." And Charlie's just like, "Why? Why?"
Little moose.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
Yeah. No, Rodeo Church was cool.
Had some sick merch too, dude. Those
They
hats.
did. They crushed the merch.
The hats were really cool. And then the shirts, I got a shirt that Sip and I are going to share because she wanted it too. So I actually, I was going to wear it today and then I forgot.
Yeah,
I'll wear
I
it next week.
Figured you probably were going to, but you didn't. Really let me down.
Yeah.
Now we can't talk about it ever again.
No, maybe I'll wear it next week.
But
It's
yeah, that was
though.
cool. That was chaotic with the kids, but it was worth it.
Marin had a stimulus overload for sure. He was panicking.
Yeah.
He doesn't do well in those situations, I don't think. Gets a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
He's like, "Bro, it was gnarly." There's a ton of people trying to figure out the kids, food,
Yeah.
people coming and going, sitting there for about 2 hours before the event started.
When I stupidly went and bought food right when we got there, and I didn't want to have to go back, so I just ordered everything at right then.
Does that stress you out as much as it stressed me out? Just seeing that food sitting there?
Well, it wasn't. It did stress me out because I was in a tremendous amount of pain because of my tooth.
Yeah, which you just didn't mention. You just decided to go die in a hole all alone.
Yeah, that's the way I was taught to do it. Just
Nice. I
suffer in
appreciate that.
silence.
Let's not even talk about it.
We're not going to. So I was like, I just was going to eat this just so it doesn't go to waste, but I literally couldn't even open my mouth.
Yeah.
So, but I should have done it in stages, like bought X, come back. Oh, that's gone. Okay, we need more food. But
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to deal with this line. I want to sit here. I actually really want to see this guy do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So I just was like, give me 5 corn dogs, 2 jumbos, and 2 fries. And the lady's like, all right, that'll be $1,000, please. I was like,
Yeah. You're like, all right, here's my kidney. And you gave it to, or you came back and no exaggeration, maybe 1.5 corn dogs was
not
eaten.
even, bro. Not even. I think 1 corn dog.
Maybe. And
One of the big ones disappeared. I don't know where it went.
it probably fell down the thing. And
Yeah.
one of the fries got eaten. And they were just sitting in front of us with 20 ketchups and kids running back and forth. And I was just looking at how much this food cost and that it wasn't being eaten. And I almost wanted to wring Finn's neck and tell him start eating. And then I was also just like, there's everyone around us, Penny, Charlie, somebody's going to kick this ketchup into this lady in front of us back. And it was just like sitting there. I wanted to throw it away so bad, but then I was like, This needs to be eaten.
Yeah, it was bad.
And they were just like picking at a fry here and there. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I just
dude.
sat there next to it. I was like, well, there's the t-shirt I'm not going to buy.
Yeah, all my kids were like, when are we going to get food? But when we got there, and I was like, we're going to wait. Then you guys came back with that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Sarah's like, you guys eat it too? So then Charlie and Sunday have like a couple bites of one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, cool. I owed you like $47 on 3 bites.
Dude.
It was just like insane. I'm
Just
like,
one of those things. It's like, I don't know. Food is just such an interesting topic when you have as many kids as we all have. It's just like when they want to eat, they
Finn will eat
just
6 burritos.
eat. And when they don't, it's like, what? You prepare for it, right? And you're like, all right, cool. We got lots of food. Oh, I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
And then you don't. And you're like,
dude, I'm so not good with that. It drives me insane.
I try not to let it fire me up when I throw food away. Because I feel like there's a part of my brain that's just like triggered by it because growing up not having enough food. But so I like definitely don't want to project that on my kids, but I absolutely internally freak the F out because I'm like, wait a minute. Well, like it was a protein shake or something that I made, and then it ended up getting dumped on the ground at football. And I was like, that first of all, that was our last shake.
Yeah.
And it's just on the ground, like spilling into the grass, and I'm like,
the thing I hate the most, it's like, it's one thing if, we make dinner and it's like Sunday doesn't like it or want it. But when they ask for something and don't eat it, like Charlie will just like be begging for a banana, and I'm like, all right. And I go open him one, and he literally takes one bite and then just leaves it on the couch. I'm just like, eat the banana, dude.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yep.
Like, what are you doing? You just asked me 5 times for a banana. And then I want yogurt. They that's pretty much their breakfast: yogurt, berries, honey, granola.
Yeah.
And some mornings absolutely crush it. Some mornings it's just sitting there, a whole bowl. I'm just like, dude, I'm not throwing this away. And then I will put it in the fridge and tell them to eat it later, and it just ends up never getting eaten.
Yeah, that's what happened to us yesterday.
Just like, oh.
Yep. Made breakfast burritos for the kids and ended up, I was just like cranking them out outside on the Blackstone. And I'm like, I'm going to just cook all the ingredients, make the burritos, bring them inside. And then Penny took 2 bites of one, Apple ate like half of one, River finished one, Lou finished one, and Finn had like 1.5, but there was probably 6 burritos left. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I leave and I come back a couple minutes later and somebody has taken a bite out of every single one of the burritos. And I was like, okay. So knowing my kids, I'm like, no one's going to eat these because they have a bite taken out of them. But I'm not throwing them away.
Yeah.
So I wrap them all in plastic wrap.
Who was the culprit?
Undeterminable. I don't know at this point. I think it was Apple.
That would be my guess.
But
I don't want to throw her under the bus, but my guess would have been Apple.
It definitely smelled like Apple.
One bite.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I wrapped them all up in plastic wrap, put them in the fridge. It looked like we just meal prepped because there were 6 breakfast burritos in the fridge. And then I was like, okay, if you guys are hungry, you need to eat these. Finn's like, okay.
Yeah.
And he ended up eating 2 later in the day, but there's still 3 in there right now.
Dude. Yeah. At least if you save them and eat them, that's cool. But
yeah,
the throwing away of food. Talk about things they don't prepare you for when you become a dad. That is so triggering to me,
it's just hard. It's hard to know how to handle it because it's like at one point you don't want to just be gnarly and like, we're not going to waste food. But also from a practical perspective, it's like that could feed a small village in Africa.
No, dude. And I obviously, we've talked about our parenting styles. You guys are much more gracious. I already with Sunday at 4, I explained to her, I'm like, look, food is expensive.
Yeah.
You ask for something.
Right.
You need protein. You need to, it helps you grow. It helps you sleep better. It helps you all these things. I'm like, we don't throw away our food.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the grocery store, we pick out the stuff that we like, we prepare it for you, you ask for it, you eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm like already like telling her that stuff, but I'm just like at the end of the like, dude, she just like switched. She just doesn't like eggs. She's eating eggs. Our family
She's
eats,
not eating eggs now?
No. She like, and I make her. I make her eat them.
Good.
But she like hates them. She literally just like chipmunks them, holds them in her mouth for 10 minutes unless I'm like chew and swallow and get your next bite. Like she's always the last one to finish her food for breakfast because it's eggs. Because we eat 8 eggs a day, and she's always eating eggs from the time like that was one of her first foods. She's loved them, and then she's almost 5 probably since she turned about 4. She's like not really liked them, and I haven't stopped making them. I'm just like
scrambled or fried, or how does she?
Anyway, I do them anyway.
Yeah.
She called cheesy, like scrambled. We'll do that, and she'll take like a bite, like, oh, Dad, these are the best eggs ever. Like, thank you. Like, and then I'm like, yeah, you say that, but you're gonna be here for 20 minutes. Like, start eating them, and sure enough, she takes like a few bites, and then she's just like, everything else on the plate is gone, and she just moved the eggs around.
Yeah.
So we do. She won't do like soft boiled anymore. She used to like those. She won't do those anymore. Fried eggs she'll do, but she likes to just like take her bread and dip it in all the yolk, and then she does that, and then there's just an egg still sitting there, and she like won't eat it now because there's not yolk. I'm like, you have to cut it, get a piece of the egg on the bread, and take a bite. You can't just take the yolk. Take the white with it, because once the yolk's gone, you're not going to want the white.
No.
Charlie's just a little hammer. He'll just do whatever. I just put it in his mouth and he just eats it. So Georgia is by far the most picky eater that we've had as a baby.
Really?
Yeah, by far. And she's,
Dang.
which is crazy.
Huh.
She just like, I don't even try.
Got that third kid energy?
With Sunday, I would like try and stuff. With her, I don't even attempt anymore. I just have an egg for her and she just turns her head. I'm like, all right, well, she's not eating it. So that's it. She just puts her hand out, turns her head. I'm like,
No.
yeah, I'm like, all right. Funny enough, though, she eats, you know how we feed the kids liver?
Yeah.
And with, we made them into like little frozen like patties.
Yeah.
She like houses those
Dang.
as just a little kind of like a little popsicle. It's disgusting. It just smells like freaking pennies, just like that metallic smell.
Yeah.
But she just eats that.
It's like my eggs this morning.
Yeah. She eats the little liver patties. So that's like great. And she's like, you know, she'll eat like other stuff, but she'll eat burgers and stuff like that. But she can be very particular. Yeah. Just refusing. Just won't even look your direction.
Yeah. Dang.
Which is funny.
Well, let's figure out what we could do for like a giveaway for our next episode.
For 26.
For 26.
Halfway through a year's worth
dude.
of potting.
So if you have suggestions, Italy is now watching our podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. It's a me, Mario.
Yeah.
Sorry, that
Let
was
me get that
racist.
cannoli.
Yeah. No, but for real, let's think of something, and we'll do like a like and subscribe kind of deal, and then we'll just pick a winner. And you don't have to live in Reading. That'd be convenient. Save us some money on postage. But we'll find something. Give something away.
Yeah.
Maybe some coffee from Evergreen, or a hat, or I don't know.
Something. Yeah.
Something.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
We'll do that for next week. We'll be back. We'll be back next week for episode 26. Continue to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram.
Please do it.
And enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you later.
Later.
Bye.